All right, we are live, and it is just such a privilege to have my special guest here today. You guys got a little sample of Magic Mojo Ike, but he is joined by Lady Val today. Welcome, Ike Wood. Welcome, Lady Val, to the
Hello.
podcast.
Hi, hey, how y'all doing?
Oh, good. Hey, welcome to our EMG podcast, man. We're looking so forward to having you.
Thank you for inviting us.
No, absolutely. Well, what's so cool is, as I've progressed, in my music career, doing audio engineering, really getting an opportunity to meet artists around. I realize how close knit of a community it is, where kind of everybody knows everybody. And so the cool thing is, we worked with an artist about 3 months ago. And I said, man, I'm really looking for a great blues group to close out our Savor the Sounds series. And they sent me your name, and I was like, oh, I know who that is. I was like, man, this is what I'm talking about, man. Everybody supporting everyone. So again, welcome to the podcast. Let's jump right in. Now, you guys are legends. I know that you guys are legends. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how you guys got started in music and how you just go Magic Mojo Ike Lady Val. How did that come about?
Well, I'm gonna let Val answer that question.
Oh, you are? Control.
Okay, she don't want to answer it. I'll answer it then. We met at a church by the name of Universal Truth Center.
Okay.
On 37th Avenue in Liberty. Is that Liberty City or Carroll City?
Carroll City. I know exactly where that is.
And so I was a church guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
And she came up to me and asked me, did I know anybody need a lead singer?
He was a hired musician. I was in the choir, and I asked the Lord, I wanted to be a lead singer, and I said, Lord, what can I do? So Spirit came to me and said, go to Ike Woods. None of the other musicians, go to Ike. So I did. He gave me his card and, said, give me a call tonight. And he got me my first gig, which was New Year's Eve. And I sang for about an hour back up with our friend up in Pompano, Sabrina. And I sang for about an hour and made about $400. I said, I think I can do this. I kind of like it at this.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, and we built the band. Then I told him, I said, well, why don't you build your own band? Because we were playing behind Sabrina. And he did, and he said his dad had already told him that too. So that was like confirmation. And he got a band together. We went from there.
It's been 32 years.
Wow. Look at that.
That's why we act like this.
What's interesting is, especially a lot of, African-American musicians in particular, man, it's like those roots are in the church. I mean, that's where you
get it
from. Say that again.
That's where it came from.
That's where it came from. Well, hey, talk a little bit about your influences. What has influenced you over the years, or maybe even you want to go all the way back to what was influencing you and your style during the time that you guys are coming up, and even today, what's influencing your style of music?
Well, my style of music, as you know, came from the church. The Fantastic Violinaires and all this kind of stuff like that. And then as I got a little older, I had a friend by the name of Leroy Adams. He's deceased now, but he was a big friend of B.B. King. And Leroy taught me how to play the blues. And from there, I started listening to everybody, Jimi Hendrix, Muddy Waters, the Rolling Stones. And then this blues thing became like a part of me. And blues and jazz. But I think I kind of leaned it a little more over to the blues side because I could make money at blues. When I got about 18, I was doing R&B 6 nights a week.
Wow.
And then
Well, don't forget about Joe Orr.
Yeah.
Also encouraged you.
Joe Orr was a
friend of
great
ours.
mentor from Charlotte, North Carolina. And he encouraged me to play the blues. They had a lot of heavy jazz players out there, different things. And he would tell me, man, play the blues, I play the blues. And so when I met Val, we were doing R&B. And then people started calling us all over the country to do blues. So we would go to Georgia, do the blues festivals, West Virginia, North Carolina, everywhere. And then after that, we got serious, and that's all we ever did for 32 years. And then 2016, they had something called the Monterey Blues Festival. Bands from all over the country,
The world.
the world was there. And we didn't have no money, but the church gave us the money.
To get it. Well, what happened was Monterey wanted us to represent them in the big blues festival that was happening in Memphis. So they invited us to come out, but they didn't have the money for the whole band. So to bring the whole band out there. So Unity on the Bay, Reverend Chris, made an announcement that Sunday, and people were just coming up, putting money in our hands, put money in the basket. The church gave $1,500. I mean, it was just a blessing, from God and the beautiful people of the church. So we went out there and we performed, and how did that go?
What happened was all together the church gave us $5,000. Catch a plane, to get a hotel. And they say, we said, what y'all want? They say, bring the trophy back to Miami. So what happened? They had all these bands from New York and different places. And I didn't have no idea who was going to win. I just said, I'm going to go get me a glass of wine and sell some CDs so we can make it back home. And I didn't hear our name, never called, nobody never said nothing. And then finally, the guy said, well, I think we got new winners, the band from Miami. Ike and Val. I said, holy smoke. We won the Monterey Blues Festival, and from there, it just took off. We went to Europe.
Yeah, we performed over there a few times.
We did Europe about 7 times.
Barcelona.
And all those places, Spain, Norway, everywhere you can name.
But you want to hear something funny? So we went to Finland, and we heard that the people of Finland, I don't care how much they love the music, they're just gonna be polite and they're gonna applaud. They're not gonna jump up, they're not gonna scream. This guy, and they say even Beyonce could get him up. This guy got, and no down play on the Queen Bee now, but I'm talking about, he used his whatever, had the people not only standing up, he had them up on the stage, and they didn't want to leave. I said, and then when I heard that they didn't like to stand, I said, really? We never knew. It was amazing. So we just had a lot of fun over there, and the people embraced us, and we embraced them.
All right.
It was lovely. It was just, but we're ready for new ventures now. It's time to, let's move on to even bigger and better things.
I hear you. I hear you. What's really cool is when the video that you guys just saw to open up, when my dad heard who was performing, he was just like, oh, I know them. I was like, Dad, do you know every musician in South Florida? I'm like, do you know every musician in South Florida? Yeah. It's just so cool because I know my dad would always talk about just the great musicians that were here in South Florida. and just all the way around, and just the impact that they've made, you know, in all genres as well. You know, one of our goals is just really to celebrate the great musicians within South Florida, celebrate also the rich tapestry of music that's in South Florida. Because you just mentioned several people that really influence you. So it's not just the blues, but you know, it's Hendrix, it's other folks who just really influence your style.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm sure you're as any musician does, they're constantly listening even to up and coming musicians and really adding to and learning from them. But you know, we have we're really attracting a younger audience that may not understand what makes blues the blues. And if you can help give a little education of what makes blues music the blues.
Well, from my perspective, the blues basically came from Mississippi, Alabama, um, Georgia, South Carolina, and this was a type of music that the guys played after they got out of the cotton field. Back is hurting. All they want is a shot of liquor. And they had something back then. The blues was not played in the key of C. It was played in the key called bachelor pool. The slide guitar and all that. My baby then left me fled. I'm going down to the hole in the ground. That was the blues. And what they did was they took this music to Chicago. And that's where the blues broke loose at, in Chicago. Muddy Water, Buddy Guy, all the greats, Junior Wells, Holland Wolf. That music was like the music today. That music was top 40 back then. The white boys got in on it like the Rolling Stones. They made it, woo, bigger than ever.
Don't say nothing bad about them. We may have to open up for them.
No, I love them. And the guy that plays the guitar, Eric Clapton.
I'm serious.
All these guys they took the blues and mixed it with rock and roll. And it became bigger than, you know, if it wasn't for Eric Clapton, B.B. King wouldn't have been as big as he was.
Oh, wow.
Whom we got to meet one time.
Yeah, we met B.B. King.
What a gracious and kind man. Besides being talented and just loving the music, we stood in line after his son got us backstage to see him. This was several years ago. We get up there and we're talking, and then he has like, you know, I said, can I hit a couple licks for you? So he did without, you know, the electricity. And we would get ready to, and just thanking him and loving him, and get ready to walk away. He said, well, I don't know if y'all think it's worth anything here, but I got a picture for you that I want to. That's what we went up there for, but we were so starstruck.
It was our great meeting with the great
yes,
B.B. King.
With the great B.B. It was just an honor to meet him.
He was just a great guy.
Oh,
just great guy.
Absolutely. Hey, when we had spoke last time, you had mentioned to me that you got a write up in a magazine recently. You want to talk a little bit about that?
It's called The Blues.
Living Blues.
Living Blues. Yeah. They're doing a documentary on us. Not just us, but they're doing a documentary on the South Florida Chitlin Circuit. Mm-hmm. And we had an opportunity to be on the road with Miss Betty Wright before she died.
Yes.
And
in South Florida.
We went, she's from South Florida. We went everywhere, Chicago, New Orleans, everywhere with Betty. And this guy, he got us in touch with the Blues magazine. And the guy put us in the Blues magazine. Now they're getting ready to do a documentary. He said it's almost ready, Ike. So I'll let you know. That was a big blessing to get in that magazine like that.
Yeah, we were right next to the, oh, my mind just went blank. What's the name of those brothers so it's the same magazine that the Rolling Stones sent and everything. So we were really blessed to, if I could think of the name of these, the name of it, the something brothers, the Irwin brothers, but they play blues and rock. Long blonde hair.
Oh, okay.
Where's the magazine? We should have the magazine
We
out.
should have had the magazine out.
Got two more questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So two more questions. What do you think makes you unique? What makes you and Lady Val unique?
Well, I know what makes me unique. Lady Val makes me unique.
I love it. That's the right answer, brother. That's the right answer.
Hey, when she's around, so, but it's a story that we tell in our music, and
I'm coming.
and the story is even in the blues, we put God first.
Yeah.
We try not to bring religion into our music, but we try to bring righteousness into our music. So that's what makes it so unique. Hey, look, here's a guy right here. That guy's somebody. Hey, you're somebody. God loves you.
Yeah.
Drink, dance, and be happy. You're not gonna go to hell for dancing. You know, when I was a little boy, that was the thing that my dad, oh, you're gonna die, you know. But no, God wants you to enjoy your life and have an abundant life on earth. Not, oh, it's me, I'm doom and gloom.
Love yourself, love everybody, and have
And so
fun.
we try to make people happy with
Yeah.
our music. That's what makes us unique.
The Allman Brothers. I'm sorry. The
Allman Brothers, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we were right. I couldn't find the magazine, but we're in the article right next to the Allman Brothers. I mean,
Wow.
God is so good, and things are real. It's never too late. This is if I can give any other message, I'd like to give this message to the people. It's never too late. Never too late. I mean, here we are when most people are retired and stuff, and things are just starting to bloom. He just signed a
Wow.
thing with a big production company,
Wow.
and things are just, it's just amazing. But the Lord promised me, and the Lord said, it's okay if you tell everybody. The Lord promised me I'm about to show up and show out in your life. And he already has, I mean, things are happening. I'm a author of couple children's books, and this is one of them here, Honey Bun. Oh,
I see it.
There it is, right
Honey
there.
Bun. Okay, keep still. Honey Bun Goes to Heaven. Yeah, but it celebrates the life of my dog. I illustrated it and everything, and it was selected by the Dade County Library as it's just amazing the things that God is doing. Disney did a big thing, ice skating thing on it. It was Frozen and the Spanish one. I'm sure people watching say, "Oh, we know Janelle." Whatever. Encanto, something like. Yeah, I sat right next to her, and we exchanged books, which I was just so honored to have her book. And and some other things are coming up for us. So I just want to let people know, don't give up on your dreams. Don't put God first, and just keep a happy attitude, keep a positive attitude, manifest it through positivity. And I'm telling you, things will happen. It's never too late.
We started this game when I met her, when most people want to start quitting. I was
He was 35 and I was 45.
And that was,
so now I'm 75 and he's 65.
Yeah.
You guys looking good, man. You guys need to sell your health plan. That's what you guys need to do.
Well, just take care of yourself.
Yeah, you have to take care. Drink spring water, eat lots of vegetables. You can get a lot of proteins from vegetables. It doesn't have to be a lot of meat, so on and so forth. So, all right, I'm done preaching.
Well, hey, listen, I am so looking forward to you guys performing. We know it's going to be magical and very ladylike in so many ways.
Well, I don't know about that lady now.
All right, okay.
Stop calling me Lady Val.
We got a special.
That was his idea. I'm just Val.
So hey, make sure you guys check them out next Sunday, May 18th at 4 p.m. Charles F. Dodge City Center. And we're going to have an opening act. Lydia J opened up way back when in October. she's going to be bringing her brothers back, Lydia J, as Downtown 3. So they're going to be performing. That's the Nelson crew, Val and Ike. That's our kids. They're going to be opening up for you. Yeah, so they're keeping the Nelson tradition alive. So
I love
that
it.
is so
yeah.
cool.
Those of you can't join us because you're joining us from out of town, remember you can log on to savorthesounds.com and you guys can watch the live stream of Downtown 3, our opening act, and Magic Mojo Ike and Lady Val. And those of you who want to see the previous performances, we have them all there from the Savor the Sounds series as well. We're excited just what we've been able to do this year. We're so grateful for the City of Pembroke Pines and Memorial Healthcare System for their sponsorship for this event. And so we want to go ahead and close it out strong. And remember, if you guys want to become a friend of EMG, or if you know someone who wants to become a friend of EMG, there's only 5 things that you need to do to become a friend of EMG. Give, pray, show up, share, or help. And we're so grateful for all the individuals who have contributed to a successful Savor the Sounds series. So thank you to each of you. All right. And again, those of you who want to become a friend of EMG, you can log on to www.friendsofemg.com and you can go ahead and fill out that information at the bottom. All right. Well, we also launched a merch page. So you guys heard it from Magic Mojo Ike and Lady Val on how important live music is and just what it does for the soul. Hey, we're just asking you guys to continue to support live music. If you guys want to support live music, you can support. One of the ways you can support is by purchasing some merch from us, and that's at shopemg.store. Again, shopemg.store. But hey, we love giveaways. So we're going to give away 2 new items, literally hot off the press. Well, hey, listen, well, we are so glad that you guys are going to help us close out our Savor the Sounds series. So, hey, everyone, if you guys can go ahead and say thank you in the chat to Magic Mojo Ike and Lady Val.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you all. We love you. We'll see you there.
Yes, indeed, indeed.